Hey, good afternoon, Trondheim friends. Happy Easter, and welcome to this week's edition of Patio Ponderings. I'm Pastor Sue, and I'm so glad you decided to join me. So in my patio today, it looks like I'm just kind of floating up here in the rafters of the sanctuary, that I've ascended to the ceiling here. But there's a floor beneath me here, and we're in this little balcony at the back of the church. It's a mystical place for the kids because the stairs up here is hidden in the floor or the ceiling, depending on your perspective. And so it doesn't ever look like there's a way up here, but here I am. So I hope why I'm up here will become apparent to you as we think about our story for the week. So of course, the story we heard on Sunday was the resurrection story as told in the Gospel of John. But the particular verse that I've been pondering all week is this one. When Jesus says to Mary Magdalene, "Don't hold on to me, for I haven't gone up to my Father. Go to my brothers and sisters and tell them I'm going up to my Father and your Father, to my God and your God." So what Jesus is talking about here, he's talking about the ascension. In the Gospel of John, the saving work that Jesus does is not complete in the crucifixion and the resurrection. The ascension is also an important part of Jesus' saving work for us. So what is it? What is that work that Jesus does in the ascension? Because we so often talk about the crucifixion and the resurrection, and the ascension becomes kind of an afterthought. Yep, his job is done, now he's going back. But really, the ascension is part of Jesus' work. So what is that? What's that about? Well, I think, first of all, if we go back to the very first chapter of John and that beautiful prologue in which we hear that the Word is made flesh and that God comes to us to live among us, that at the end of John, this is kind of bringing that full circle, that Jesus comes to us in flesh and now is returning to the Father. So that's part of it. It's this completion of the cycle of God inhabiting a human body. I think the other, probably more important piece of it, though, has to do with Jesus' work on earth in revealing who God is to everybody. This is a kind of a relational work. So in Jesus' life, death, and resurrection, Jesus has revealed to us who God is. And now that Jesus is returning to God, being one with God, we now know God directly. We don't need this kind of mediary anymore. That because of Jesus coming to us as one of us and then returning to the Father, abiding with the Father in heaven, that we have this kind of direct, intimate relationship. And the key to this is when Jesus tells Mary Magdalene that he's going to my Father and your Father, to my God and your God. Jesus clues us in through those words that this relationship that we now have with God is a one of intimacy. It's a family type intimacy that because of Jesus' work and his life and his death and his resurrection here on earth, we now are truly beloved children of God in the fullness of what that means. I like this quote. I'm going to finish with a quote by Caroline Lewis, who is one of my seminary professors, and she's also done an amazing commentary on the Gospel of John. And this is what she writes about this. She says, "The resurrection means the release from the grave. But it is the ascension that assures us of the abiding relationship with the Father, that now the incarnation will come full circle in Jesus' return to his Father." And so we get both pieces there now, this completion of the incarnation as well as this fulfillment of this intimate relationship that we now have with God in and through Jesus because of that incarnation. It's kind of heady stuff, isn't it? This gets deep into theology and maybe things we haven't thought much about. So I would love to hear what you have to say. What have you always understood the ascension to be? Have you thought much about it? What do you think the ascension does for us, if anything, in the life and work of Jesus? Good stuff to ponder this Easter week. I hope that you are enjoying what feels like the beginning of spring this week, and I hope you all had a wonderful Easter. And Jesus is still risen, and I hope we are living life to the fullness in that knowledge. Have a great rest of your week, and we'll see you on Sunday. Bye.